What's wrong? What's wrong with my hat? No, maybe it goes like this. I don't know. But it matches my pants, see? My stylist taught me that. And she provides all my clothes, so there's that. Alright. Alright, is that better? Check yourself before you wreck yourself, girl. So, welcome to the morning. This is me in the morning trying to be awake early. I got up before the sun and I wanted to show you that amazing orange glow. Good morning, Maureen. There's an amazing orange glow that hits the sky right before the sun starts to rise. It's glorious. And I missed it again, but I'm still a little bit on the early side for this. It's 4:23. Well, you're on the west coast of America, right? Are you California? I forget. I have a bunch of Maureens. You know, Maureen, you really need to join my member group. We have 19 members now. So we're going to be having a lot of fun on YouTube without anybody bothering us, if you know what I mean. I love the members group because it's only $4, but it means you have some skin in the game and you're not going to be a troll. Good morning, Ginger. Ginger, you're another one. You need to join my member group. Need to see you there, girl. Hi, Big Fred. I am not. I am in Florida. I'm on Hutchinson Island. I don't know why, but the word Hutchinson, it's so difficult for me to say. Anyway, I just said it twice, so I'm O for 2. No, 2 for O. I don't know, whatever. I'm not a morning person. I'm trying really hard to get up in the morning and do sunrise shows when I'm on the East Coast. Now, when I'm on the West Coast, it's all about the sunset. But when you're on the East Coast, you're like, well, you know, this is where the sun also rises. Austria. Ah, ich spreche Deutsch. Ich war. Okay. Now I'm going to take you to my new favorite spot. This is my secret beach. So get ready for the most glorious thing you've ever seen in your life. Okay, are you guys ready? Turning the camera around. This is gonna knock your socks off. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, I say, it's all right. Do-do-do-do-do. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. 17 people and only 2 likes. Well, you guys are going to change your minds after you see what I'm about to show you. Don't go away. What, 10 people disappeared in 1 second? What's up with that? Good morning, Cesar. Here it comes, here it comes. Ah! Oh my God, it's glorious. It's the most beautiful thing ever. Yes! Ha ha! Wow. Wow, can you even? How's it? Good morning to you. We're high tide right now. And this ocean is so powerful, so amazing, that this was a sheer cliff. Like, it is half its size. We're on Hutchinson Island in Florida. Bird. Is that a drone? That's a bird. Just skating along the water. Yes, I want to give this to you guys every morning. This is my goal. I think it makes my life better when I get up before the sun and go out and see this. And the sun has not even risen yet. You know, you think this is good? The show is just beginning. Yes, please hit the like button. Who could not like this? Seriously, 20 people, 5 likes. What's going on? Hey, Spirit. Like and subscribe, my friends. So this is the east coast of Florida. We are a little bit north of Jupiter, West Palm Beach, north of that, south of Daytona Beach. Good morning, Bryson. What a glorious, glorious morning it is. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. I'm so sorry to hear about your mama, Ginger. You're on your journey, my friend. And I am looking forward to the day when we finally meet. Thank you, Bryson, very much. I appreciate it. Hi, Shadow. Hi, Bull. Good morning. Look at this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at those waves. Ha ha! I'm sorry, I get super excited. Wait for this one. This one's gonna be a doozy. Whoa! I can almost feel that from here, and I'm not that close. I'm not that far either. I'll have a respectful distance from the big ass waves. Where have all the surfers gone? Long time passing. Oh, I like the sound of that, Bryson. Where have all the surfers gone? Long time ago. Oh, here comes the sun. It's getting ready. I think we have like 5 minutes until it starts to peek out from behind the ocean. Good morning, Tammy. I'm so glad you're here. Please join my members group. My goal is that it become just like it used to be when I was doing those Facebook shows 10 years ago. Well, I've been doing them for the past 10 years. You've been following me that long, I think, right, Tammy? You remember the days of Sue and the boatman and the wine bar. Hey, Riza. Hey, Bryson, you said 5,000. Now only $19.99. Are you kidding me? Why did the price go down? It's coming. The sun is coming. Get ready. This is going to be like $1 million shot right here. I'm just saying. That's okay, Tammy. Don't you text my friend. I will describe this sunset. I'm sorry, this sunrise to you. I can't even say the word sunrise because I'm so not used to saying it. Sunrise, sunset. Sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the days. Seedlings turn overnight to sunflowers, blossoming even as we gaze. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. Swiftly by the years, one season following another, laden with happiness and tears. Yeah, Maureen, the Schmid, that's what I call your C19, the Schmid. The Schmid ruined things for a lot of Americans, and that's why I called this show today and End Slavery. That's why we are in the predicament we are in. It's all for the love of slavery. I was having a kind of a Twitter fight with somebody. Oh, here comes the sun. Maybe I'll wait. I'll wait a minute. Bye, Bryson. Have a great day. Hi, Foxy. Thank you. Hi, Sober. Sober is good. Look at that. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Here comes the sun. I say it's all right. Do 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 do. Wow. Oh my gosh. I can't even begin to describe to you how bright it is in person. You know, you see it on camera and it's like, yeah, that's really pretty, but the brightness of the sun this morning, it's like, it reminds you that there is a force greater than any one of us. Hi, Derek. We are on the east coast of Florida, on Hutchinson Island, at an undisclosed location. Nobody here, just me. Here, just quick. Just me. Hi, it's me. Good morning, good morning. And the sun is almost the whole way up. It's still got its tushy in the ocean. The big, beautiful Atlantic Ocean. Good morning, Indiana. I've never been to Indiana. Maureen says, I remember in my 20s visiting my parents in West Palm Beach and my dad taking me to the beach so I could see the sunrises. I'd spend the day until he picked me up after work. All right, Maureen, I'm going to try to bring those days back to you, my friend. Yes, this is definitely photo worthy. Wow, it looks like a light bulb right now, doesn't it? And it's still kissing the ocean. It's getting its one last kiss from the Atlantic. Oh, look, a lizard needs to be thrown into the ocean so sharks can eat him. Ooh, those sharks said he was yummy. I'm going to talk about stop slavery in a minute, Mitch. First of all, we're going to enjoy this sunrise. And then we are going to talk about stopping slavery. Because I believe that slavery is at the core of all of our problems these days. Hi, Audrey. Yeah, I was the one who got that troll, by the way, Maureen. Just saying, just saying. But Spirit's good too. Spirit's wonderful. Yeah, hit those trolls. You can tell some of them just come on right away and they might as well announce, I'm a troll. By the way, we don't put up with any trolls, nasty remarks, bots. Anybody who comes on the Beach Report and feels compelled to say something disgusting or mean about me or any of my followers, you will be kicked off immediately. I can do that, and I also have several mods on here who will do it for me. Yes, Derek, this is a daily thing. It's called the Beach Report, and I've been doing this daily for 10 years. 10 years of the Beach Report, and here we are. Still at it. Whoops. All right. The sunrise, I'm finding out, is also the best light, just like the sunset is the best light to take pictures in. So welcome. This sun is gonna look like this for a while now. It goes up and up and up, but it does give off gorgeous natural light. So welcome. I'm like, what am I standing in? I'm just next to the dunes here. I'm all by myself on my own personal beach. And guess what? It didn't cost me a dime. That's another thing about the Beach Report, is I do things that are free. I don't often have to spend any money in order to take you to a beautiful place, because this is my choice. This is how I live. You definitely need some waves in the background. That's right. That's right, Tammy. Tammy is so right. And Tammy's a longtime follower, interspersed with all of these new people from all over the world, which is very cool because the Beach Report is international. And I'm an international girl. And I lived in Switzerland for 10 years. And I am also a Swiss citizen, if you need to know. Anyway, I'm a journalist, a card-carrying journalist who went to journalism school all the way back in 1987. And ever since then, I've been trying to educate people about the truth about the world. And one of the truths about this world is that people have been enslaved in the worst, most disgusting ways you could ever imagine. I live my life as nobody's slave. Thank you for asking, Maureen. I am working on 7 Years in Switzerland, which is my third book, and it is a sequel to the book that I have just published called Do You Think About Me on My Birthday, which is about my adoption, which is probably why I see the world so much differently than everybody else. And if you're adopted, then you also see the world differently. People ask about my book. The people here have read my book, and I'd love to talk about that with you too. So this week I am bound and determined that I'm going to enter the Miami Book Fair, which is in November, and this is the month that they're taking the submissions. So it's only for books published in 2024 and 2025. And Do You Think About Me on My Birthday was published by me. I am a one-woman show. I do everything myself, including publishing my own books. Yes, I had to learn how to do it. It was not easy, but now I know. So anyway, Do You Think About Me on My Birthday was published in 2024, so it is eligible. And I'm going to enter it in the Miami Book Fair, which is an international book fair, and it's a big effing deal. Tammy says, found out we are enslaved when we call ourselves citizens. We are sovereign. We are not supposed to pay rent, house payments, and payments. None of that. Exactly. Hi, good morning. Hi. People. People invaded my beach. Wow, they're brave. They're going into the drink. Hi, Bryson. Glad you're back. Good morning, Janet. How are you? Hello, Ivan. Anyway, this what Tammy has just written is so true. Think about it. You buy a home. You pay off your home with a mortgage that made you pay a lot more than it originally cost, right? And you pay your house off. But you still have to pay for your taxes every year. A friend of mine, her house valuation went up for no apparent reason. She's not moving. Her house is little. It's in a nice area, but it hasn't had any updates since 20 years. And all of a sudden, her house is now worth $900,000. Like, that's insane. Like, up north, this house would be worth like 80 grand at best. But down here in Florida, they say that this house is now worth $900,000. And because of that, she has to pay $9,000 a year for taxes. What? Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense. Ginger says, have you inquired being invited to attend the president's daily briefing? Yes, and I am a White House correspondent. I do get daily comms, so I've been noticed by them. They accepted me, so yes. I am already a White House correspondent. As far as going there, this girl doesn't leave Florida in the wintertime. Oh no, we do not. We do. Would you leave this? You have to be cuckoo. No, this girl doesn't go anywhere. During the winter months, from November all the way till May, I'm staying right here where I belong with this. Just saying. But yes, eventually I am going to attempt. I don't know if they'll actually let me into the meetings. I do get a little bit intimidated because I'll hear oh gosh, what's her name? Her name is escaping me because I'm old. I'm also going through grief, so I'm a widow. I just lost my dog, so I have a lot of sadness in my life, and when you are going through grief, it does make you forget things. But I am really looking forward to life right now. I'm super stoked, even though those that I love the most are in heaven now. Okay, I have no more distractions, in other words. Not that my loves and my love was a distraction, but now the Lord wants me to focus on this and on the show and on letting people know that we are not slaves. We are the children of the God Almighty, King of the universe. We are not supposed to be slaves. Remember, the Israelis were slaves of the Egyptians, and God set them free. And it is now time for God to set all of us free. And that's why I do this show, because I'm not trying to get rich here. Although I know that all the riches are really mine. Seriously, think about it though. I mean, I don't need anything more than this, what I have right here, right now. And you guys. And I am blessed with friendship. I am blessed with health. I have good health. I am blessed with so much happiness you can't even imagine. Despite my grief, I am filled with this amazing amount of hope and happiness and just joy. Joy to be alive. And if we all could feel like this, what a wonderful world this would be. You know, you choose your sadness. You choose to have a bad life. What if you chose to have a wonderful life? What if you chose to wake up every day to this? Yes, I don't want to be just a random channel in your life, Derek. I hope you'll come and join the Beach Report every day. Because we need positive vibes. And I'm never trying to scare people on the Beach Report. Look, it's the beach. Sometimes it's a little bit scary. Hi, darling. Good morning. Sometimes that water's powerful, but it totally illustrates the power of God. Right there. Maureen says, I gave my life to Jesus on March 1st, 2025, being baptized on Good Friday. Oh, God, Maureen, I'm so happy for you. I'm in tears. Seriously, girl. Congratulations. That's amazing. In fact, while I was walking here this morning, I was also thinking about maybe, and the voice came in my head and said, hey, Jill, maybe you should share your testimonial with people. Today would be a good day. It's a good day. So I found Jesus in, well, it's not like I found him. He found me. And I'd been friends with him for years. I was raised Jewish. It's like, there's this orb. I was raised Jewish. That's part of my book that I just published called Do You Think About Me on My Birthday? It's about my adoption. So I've always been curious about why life works out the way that it does, and especially why did my parents not raise me? I would say why did my parents give me up, but that's, I don't know. I want to say that's not quite how it works, but that is how it works. I was given up. I was given up for adoption. No, my parents didn't die. In fact, they're still alive, and the people who adopted me are dead. So what about that? Yeah, I got to cut to the quick. Thank you, Ginger. So I was doing my Facebook show, and I was teaching people about the history of the world, actually, and the history of America. And the fact that the Jesuits apparently have been trying to destroy this country since the day it was founded. And I was reading history books, and we were going back in time, weren't we, guys? It was amazing. We learned so much. But one of the things that I kept reading about were snippets from the Bible, and that would be the Bible parts that I'd never read because I'm Jewish. So I only know about the 5 books of Moses. And I was reading stuff from Revelations and just learning so much about Jesus's life. And the friends that I had made on my Facebook show were many of them devoutly born-again Christians and had lived a life of, they did things that, you know, they thought were wrong, or they were alcoholic or high-rohit, or they were, you know, whatever, had a divorce or had an abortion, things like that. Things that they were really sorry about, they did that, and then they learned that they could ask Jesus for their forgiveness. And not just that, but have somebody who loves them unconditionally. Because thank you, Spirit, being a woman in today's society, you get to be a certain age and you start to feel like, you know what, I want to be valued for me and who I am, not for my body, not because I could give a man some pleasure sometimes. I'm not all about that. I'm actually, and I'm just going to be loud and proud about it, because, you know, gay people talk about themselves all the time. So what about women like me? I'm celibate and I'm so happy. My life is so much better because I don't have that distraction going on, you know? And I'm able to do my work. And my husband had passed away, and I honor his memory every day. And I don't think that it would honor him if I were out doing the dirty with men, whoever they are. I don't know, anyone. I don't care. I don't want that in my life right now. I just want to be me. And before my husband passed away, he was very sick. And we didn't do anything then either for years because he was sick. And it was the greatest love I've ever known. So, you know, bye, Tammy. I'll see you later. Love you. Thank you for your condolences. I know we all miss her. Anyway, see, Spirit knows. I don't want to be a man's plaything. I don't want to be looked at because you think you're going to do stuff to me. And I don't like it when men come on my show and assume that I'm here looking for that. I'm not. I'm looking to help you save your soul. That's what I'm looking for. And here's what else I'm looking for. One of the most beautiful sunrises I've ever seen in my life. And look at these waves. So powerful and majestic. I know, autocorrect, it's, you know, it's the robot you don't need. Whoa! We have got some, God is showing off right here for us. Oh my gosh. Wow, look at that. Oh, he's like, that was nothing. Anyway, sometimes people will say that the beach report is censoring. And you know what? You're right, I am censoring, but I'm not really, it's not called censoring, it's really called discernment. Women in today's society are taught that they should always be nice and they should always take what comes along and somehow let it go. And if you complain, we're gonna call you a Karen. Okay, well, whatever. You can say whatever you want, but you're not allowed to say whatever you want on the beach report. This is actually a safe space. It's a safe space for women. And it's a safe space for men who respect women or want to see what it looks like to be a respected woman. That's a good one, Spirit. Autocorrect doesn't know me any better than the ones wanting to date me. Exactly. Exactly. It's protecting me and everybody else. And look, I've lost viewers, and that's okay. I know it's going to take time for me to build up the beach report. I'm just getting started. I'm hoping that this week I go over 4,000, but it could take a month. It could take a day, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Getting the word out about the Lord and his amazing blessings is not always that easy. But he can do anything. So I just trust in him. Hey, James. James is another one who's been following me for years. So I post things on Facebook sometimes just to make sure everybody knows that I'm over here on YouTube, and I wish they would join me. And the ones who say, I miss you on Facebook, make me kind of mad, because you could just come to YouTube. You don't have to miss me. Thank you, James. I'm starting the day off right. Look at that. Look at that. It's so beautiful the way it breaks right in front of the sun. Gotta get a really good capture it. I'm such a photographer, I can never stop. Look at that. Slow motion would be really cool. Good morning, Janet. Oh, James says you're worth crossing the river for even against the tide. Oh, you're so sweet. See, James is how a man should act when women are in the room. I don't care what y'all say when you're alone, but be respectful. Be respectful to other people, always. Yes, I had thousands of people watching. You're right. And Ginger, that's why you guys need to join my membership group. That's actually what my Facebook page, or my YouTube page is really all about, is getting y'all back. Facebook doesn't want anyone to see me anymore. They don't like me. They lie about me. They shadow ban me. They tell me my page's health is excellent. At the same time, they tell me I'm at risk for being deleted because I don't follow their community slanders. And I'm not even doing anything. It feels bad. It feels wrong. So I'm here on YouTube where they like me. Yes, please, and share this on your Facebook page. Anyway, the end of my testimonial, the day that I was baptized in the ocean by my dear friend Trish, I just had this feeling. I needed a hug so badly. I was living in Fort Lauderdale, and life was pretty good. My boyfriend was having health problems and later diagnosed with actual prostate cancer, which took his life a few years later. And I don't know, I just really needed love and guidance from somebody so much greater than I. And drum circle, yeah. Whoa, okay, these waves are really coming up to where I am. This is fun. This is fun and exciting. So I called Trish one day and I was like, Trish, I want to meet Jesus. I want to meet him now. I want to be baptized. I want to accept him as my Lord and Savior. And Trish was like, really? Like now? I'm like, yes, meet me at the beach. She's like, all right. And I did it on my live Facebook show. Maureen was there. I'm not touching that water, Maureen. I'm not. It's too early. No, it's probably cold. We're still in the spring, so it was cold the other day. Can you even with these waves? They are magnificent. I could just watch this for hours. Oh, wow. There's some really cool waves ripping from over here. Wait, watch this. Ginger, Ray was Jewish. He was never Messianic. We actually didn't talk about it. We just accepted each other as we were because Ray was Jewish in Cuba. And he was not allowed to, they didn't go to synagogue. They met in the zoo. All the families. And I believe that's where the Lord taught Ray to love the animals. That's where he got his love for animals. But he was never Messianic. But in the end, Trish came to his bedside at the hospice in Lehigh Acres just as Hurricane Ian was bearing down, just right before it hit. And it was still nice out, and Trish came by and she asked Ray, do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? And he said yes. Okay, so slavery, good one. Thank you for bringing me back there, Spirit. I do believe that slavery is at the crux of our societal problems. And it began when we started buying cheap products from China, where slavery is a way of life. There are so many billions of people, I think it's like 4 billion or something people in China, like an unimaginable amount of people, and I have to even question those numbers, but let's just say so many people that at one point they started to leave their baby girls in the parks so that they could be found and sold to Americans. And right there, what they did to those baby girls in China. Do you know any American Chinese baby girls? Well, they're not babies anymore. They're teenagers now. As a journalist, I wrote many articles about them. And I thought it was some of the most It's the saddest story to think that a mom has to leave her baby just somewhere unattended and hoping that they'll have a better life because she did that, because she can't keep her baby. And rather than kill her baby in the womb, she gave her a chance. That they kept all the boys, and if you think that was a smart move, just read up on it. Anyway, that's a form of human trafficking right there. The Chinese, whoa, sometimes these waves like sound like a gunshot. They're so powerful. This one's gonna be big too. Oof. Anyway, China makes products using slaves as labor. The people who work in those factories are exposed to all sorts of toxins and horrible conditions, and they're not paid enough to live on. So I don't know if that's not slavery, what is. But the worst part is that Americans have gotten so used to buying products that are made by slaves. And same in India. I suspect the factories in India, they don't pay people very well either. And that's why you see a lot of scammers coming out of India. Same in Nigeria. But it's all about slaves. And the love of money and power that have created these people who would rather make things cheap using slave labor. I mean, that's what our border, it's been this human trafficking operation. Whoa, did you see those waves? That was crazy. Oh, that's really neat how they're coming in like a twister. Just watching the Democrats now screaming that if we get rid of all of the illegal aliens in our country, who will do the jobs that we wouldn't do? I mean, that right there says a lot. What are these jobs so awful that nobody wants to do them except for illegal aliens? Yeah, picking cotton, I understand that's hard. But you know, you got a lot of people, you're doing a business, you care about it. I would pick cotton if it was my cotton farm. Heck, I did pick cotton. I was in Alabama last year, and I was in front of a cotton field, and I picked some cotton, and it wasn't that difficult. Yeah, and the illegal aliens, it's not that they don't want to do those jobs, Laura. They don't have to do those jobs because we've already given them, the taxpayers, our government gives them so many incentives: a free home, health care, a phone, gift cards, food, everything. They get everything. They don't even have to do those jobs, and they don't do those jobs. And you're right, James, robots can do those jobs. I mean, they have robots working at McDonald's, right? They can figure it out. But the American people have been put into the slave labor camp as well, even if we don't realize it. And all those people literally being paid to stay home. I mean, any dependence on the government is going to put you in a bad way and make you think that you can't get a job, you can't do anything extra, you can't supplement your life, because if you get found doing that, they'll stop giving you money because they'll figure that you could really get it on your own, which you really can. So, and if you really can't, and they're making it so that you're going to have to do something because you can't live on what they give you. The illegal aliens, they get more than you do. Why? Why is that? Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, we have to stop with this stupid attitude about people who, break into our country and they're going to do jobs we don't want to do, and we'll treat them like slaves because, they're criminals. But they're not really criminals, but they are. None of it makes sense. It's about slavery. All the little children that that I'm mixing things up here, but our factories, how they found like little kids making Cheerios, little kids from south of the border being used as workers in a factory, or worse, being sold to disgusting people who do disgusting things. I'm not lying about any of this. I'm not saying this because I think it's funny or even interesting. I'm saying it because it's true and it needs to end. And it's the downfall of our society if we let it continue on. So I said earlier, I was having this Twitter war with this guy who was like, oh yeah, if we get rid of all these illegals, then no one's gonna do these jobs. And I said, or no, it was about the taxes, right? The tariffs. Oh, these tariffs are gonna make it so nobody can afford anything. And I'm like, well, people would stop buying products from overseas. Then the tariffs wouldn't matter and things in America would be more affordable. And he says, oh, but you can't build it. You can't make things in America as cheap as you can overseas. Well, the reason for that is because in China, where they're making all the things, in India, they use slaves. But that's the difference. Americans don't want to work for 5 cents an hour because that's called slavery. In any company, that's their go-to is, oh, let's have it where the labor is so cheap that we can sell this stuff even cheaper. That is wrong. That's slavery. Yeah, and then our own people, as we were talking about, our sovereign citizens have been human trafficked since birth, where they took our birth certificate and our social security number and turned us into just like the Nazis. You know how they put numbers on the arms of Jews? They've been doing that to Americans, maybe not tattooing them on our arms, but the company IBM was founded for that purpose by the Germans. And you know how they use the name Watson for everything? Powered by Watson. Well, Watson was a Nazi. In fact, right after World War II, our country imported hundreds of Nazis into the government. So I think that's why they say that people like you and me who are MAGA are actually not, they say that we are Nazis because the truth is they are Nazis. And they come from Nazis. And they use Nazi methods of controlling other people, like viruses. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The Ukraine, did you know the Ukraine is one of the biggest human trafficking hubs of the world? Okay? Why anybody would support that country in its endeavors and its biolabs and its own Khazarian Nazis is beyond me. But when you see people standing up for Ukraine, they're not standing up for the actual people who live in Ukraine, who I'm pretty sure if they're not in on the grift, they are slaves. See you later, Darla. Hi, Kokomos. My name is Jill Kokomos. I don't change my name. I don't use kind of any kind of deception. In fact, I am wearing a little bit of lipstick, but I don't have any makeup on. Not at all. This is my actual face. This is my face in the sunshine. And sometimes trolls will come on, nasty people, say that I look old. Well, I am old. I'm going to be 60 this year. So I'm no spring chicken. And every line you see, my 11s, I earned them all, and I'm proud of them. I don't need this flat, no expression face. I don't get Botox. I don't do anything to change my appearance. Because this is how I'm supposed to look at the age of 59. I know it because it is the way I look. And when I was younger, I smoked cigarettes. And I've been laying in the sun every day. Well, I lived up north, so it wasn't the same. But now I live in Florida, and I do take my sun bath very seriously every day, if I can. I can't always do it every day, but I do it when I can. And I'd say I'm doing pretty well at almost 60, and I challenge you to do the same, or to say the same. I challenge you to feel the same at the age of 59. I have nothing to be ashamed of or embarrassed by. I'm not grifting off of anybody. I'm not stealing. In fact, the only reason I'm asking for people to join my membership show is so that I don't have to deal with these other people coming on and saying horrible things about me that aren't true. I mean, I don't care. You can say what you want. It doesn't really bother me if you don't like what I'm saying or anything. But if you come on and you say things because you're trying to hurt me, well, first of all, you can't hurt me. But if you try, then I don't feel like I need you to be on my show, and that's why I kick people off. Because I respect myself and I respect everybody else on my show who wants to be here. But people who come here and they want to put other people down, they can leave. And a lot of times, the people doing that are not real people, they are bots. And the reason they're doing it is because I speak out about things like slavery. That's why Elon Musk's X got taken down the other day. Well, it didn't get taken down, but you couldn't see anything new. It wouldn't refresh. It wouldn't show you comments or anything. Like they were in the middle of a cyber attack. That was, by the way, coming from Ukraine. Ukraine is a disruptor in our world. The things that have been going on in Ukraine include money laundering, money trafficking, human trafficking, bio lab work, let's call it that, murder, killing, Nazis. I mean, everything bad and horrible that could happen is happening in the Ukraine. And somehow we're supposed to keep sending taxpayer dollars over there to keep it going. So the people who are angry with President Trump and Elon Musk for not wanting to put up with this grift anymore are the people who are grifting. And if you're not getting anything out of it, and you're not getting rich off of USAIDs, and you're not in America because some NGO paid for you to be here or whatever, or even America is giving you a SNAP card and a nice little gift card for your food and all that stuff. If that's what you're doing, you will be angry with Trump and Elon Musk, okay? Those are the people who are angry. And those are not the people who decided that President Trump should be president and that he should hire Elon Musk to help do the work that we all need done. We hired President Trump to do this, and I know that Kokomo's doesn't agree, but he's not American, so, or she. I don't know. Sometimes people are he or she. I just make assumptions. Oh well, that's what I do. But anyway, I love freedom. And I want my country to be free. And I want my fellow people to be free. I'm already free. See, I'm not bound by any job that I have to go to every day. I quit doing that a long time ago. I'm an author, I'm a freelance writer, I do my work. If I really need money, I will clean your house. Yeah, I do that all the time. I don't clean just anybody's house though. I clean the houses of people, friends of mine, who don't trust cleaning ladies. Because unfortunately, it's hard to trust anybody these days. And my biggest commodity, my key to success is my honesty and my trustworthiness. So when somebody needs a little job done, they need to send someone to the supermarket and they'll pay me 50 bucks or whatever. I'll do it. Someone needs to be driven to the doctor's office and it's 2 hours away. I'll take you. They pay me. They can afford it, but they're not going to pay an Uber driver they don't know. So that's where I come in. So that's how I make extra cash, is just by being a good friend and neighbor, but they can afford it, so they pay me because they know that I have expenses too. And I can't just be doing things willy-nilly for fun. And also my time is valuable because I am an author and I am helping people write their own books. Wow, it's like I'm sparkling here. It's kind of weird. It sounds like a machine out there, but it's the ocean. Hi, Derek. I think Maureen knows Derek's okay. Anyway, all I want is for this world to be freedom and for people to be able to do what they want. I always have to look down because you never know when the ants will come and get you. This is where I find my happiness. And I feel like if I take you here, you'll find your happiness here too. Hello, New Zealand. New Zealand's a beautiful place, or so I hear. I've never been there. It's a beautiful world if you look at it like that. If you want to find ugliness and evil and sadness, you'll find that too. But don't go looking for it. Believe me, you'll attract it if that's what you think about. You get what you think about. So I try to think about, how can I make this world better? How can I make my mark in a positive way? And here I am. And here we are. Let's just watch the power of the ocean, because I can't stand to not look at it, and I don't want to constantly put my face on the camera. It's not necessary. Look at that. Look at that power. It just blows my mind. The way the waves start to turn and they look like glass almost, and then they turn bright white and foam and bubble up. So beautiful. So if you have not yet liked and subscribed, I need your help with that. I can't do it myself. If you like the Beach Report, if you want to see more shows like this, look at that, look how beautiful. I excel at bringing you to beautiful places. It's what I do. Show everybody the beauty of this world. Everyone needs beach therapy, Beverly. I'm glad you're here. If you want to see more shows like this, just like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing. If you're one of my longtime followers, you might want to consider membership. The way the waves are breaking down there is like really mind-blowing. So I'm so happy to see Sanal is all about freedom. So am I, Sanal. You're in the right place. All about the freedom. So those of you who are afraid of paying more for things, just think. If your work is worth more money, then you'll make more money. And if the things that you buy are quality, you'll want to pay more for them. And you won't have to buy them 50 times over. And you can spend your money on something else. We have to get out of the slavery mindset that everything needs to be cheap, cheaply made, cheaply produced by cheapskates who think slavery is the way to go. Yesterday I was watching a video about families who were so irate, so angry with the company Kellogg's, not even realizing Kellogg's was sold off a few years ago, I guess. It's like 2 or 3 different companies. Like all those companies that make cereal and make all that processed food, they've all been bought and sold a million times over. Remember when you first liked Kashi and you thought that that was healthy? Yeah, well, Kashi is owned by Kellogg's, which is owned by something like Kellovan or something like that. Yep, I'm not at the Jetty Park, but I'm this far away from it. Tonight is the blood moon, full moon. Ooh, it's gonna be orange and red. I'm going to need to be at the beach for that. Thank you, James. So anyway, it just kind of blows my mind that anybody would take the time to go to the Kellogg's company and demand to be let in. Yeah, like a company is gonna let in an angry mob. Who would do that? You'd have to be crazy. And and demand that they stop putting chemicals in their cereal. Really? Are you kidding me? If you're buying chemical-laden cereal like Fruit Loops and Cocoa, you gotta be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They tell you that if you eat that stuff, you're gotta be cuckoo. You must be crazy because it's so disgusting and it's made with chemicals and stuff that you wouldn't feed your dog, and yet you are. Yes, everybody's poisoning their dogs too with kibble these days. Anyway, what if we start to all demand that things get made naturally and that all the companies pay their workers like actual wage they can live on? That they care about people. You know, if you treat workers well, they'll work hard for you. And if they don't work hard for you, you should fire them. I'm just saying. You don't have to put up with substandard workers, which, you know, is another problem in America. I understand that these illegal immigrants, they seem like, or the people who will, you know, go to in front of Home Depot and they don't speak English, but they'll work super hard for you. Whereas if you hired the teenager whose dad got him the job, he might be on his phone the whole time, you know. There's no work ethic. What if we changed that? What if we made it so that people believed in a work ethic? Look, I'm one of the first Gen Xers, okay? I was born in 1965. So I started that generation. Me and all the Darla too, and you know, there's a few of us on here, Gen Xers. We weren't coddled. We were told that if you were bleeding, that you were fine anyway and get over it. We were asked to shut the F up. Well, they didn't talk to us like that, but now they do. Some need to be scared straight. Some are scared of nothing until they reinstate the draft. Best way to protest against the poisonous food and other products such as toothpaste and deodorants is to simply stop funding it. Thank you, Spirit. Exactly. And you don't need all that stuff. You know, I don't buy toothpaste. I use organic baking soda and organic coconut oil. Make a little paste. Voila, toothpaste. You can even put some essential oil in there, like peppermint or something, if you need that. Did you know xylitol is really good for your teeth? It is. Oh, Beverly, you're a baby boomer. Nope, you got to be born in 1965. Not that there's anything wrong with the boomers. My parents were boomers. But the baby boomers created the Gen Xers. And the Gen Xers created the millennials. And they are so bad, those millennials. I mean, everything bothers those people. And we coddled them. I think it's because nobody coddled us and we kind of felt bad about it. But look how wild and strong we are. Laura says, we have to ban toxic ingredients in our food like Europe does. Yep, Europe bans toxic ingredients. Yes, they do. This is why I moved to Switzerland. This is what my third book is about, actually. Yeah, Linda's a baby boomer. Yes, we love our baby boomers. But you did create us wild Gen Xers. And thank you. Because I'd say the baby boomers, they did it right. They just, they kind of lived their own lives and let us kids, be home when the traffic lights come on. My mom had a dinner bell and I could hear it. We could hear it for miles. And we were always outside. And wherever we were, we'd hear that dinner bell and you got your ass home. Because if you weren't home in time for the, right after the dinner bell rang, if it took you 10 minutes, it took you 10 minutes. But if it took any more than that, then you weren't allowed out for a while after that. And you maybe got your ass kicked. Sanal, born in 1989. Nope, I think, you're a millennial. It's 1965 to 1980. Yeah, you picked a switch for yourself. Mostly naturals, a Gen Xer. Exactly. Only a Gen Xer knows what that means, picked a switch. Yeah, and you better pick a good one too, right? I love it. So funny. But it's true. And then we went and we raised these people. I raised the people too. The people who are sad about the things that they didn't get in their lives, and the people who blame us for a myriad of things, and the people who were so, oh my God, you didn't get this. And I'm even too scared to say it. I know. I didn't get it. I think most of the unvaxxed were Gen Xers. Everyone else was so scared of a virus, and we were like, a virus? Are you kidding me? I had the chicken pox for 2 weeks. I only had one chicken pox, and it was on my belly or something. It was itchy. One chicken pox. The rest of them were in my throat. Now that hurt. I got the shingles once when I was pregnant with my son. It happens. I don't know. Yeah, mostly natural nose. She told her husband we live in a yurt before we got that shit. Spoken like a true Gen Xer. So I think, no matter what happens, us Gen Xers, we're the ones that will persevere and we will survive. We will survive everything. That's what we do. So, we're not slaves. And anybody willing to give up their freedom for something that they perceive as safety, you're living in la la land. There is no safety. Safety is an illusion. Or as my dearly departed father used to say all the time, life isn't fair. It's not. You have to live your own way. I did it my way. And the more you do things your way, and the more you present as authentically yourself. Bring up the past history, James. Yeah, they're going to keep you real safe in a cage. Nothing bad can happen there. Yeah. Yes, I have been through a lot, but I believe this is going to be a great summer and a great life. And again, I don't have any fears. Like, everything bad that can happen has happened. And I'm still here. And I'm still healthy. And I'm still happy. I have a lot of sadness at times. And I was crying so much that I stopped wearing eye makeup. But you know what? Pamela Anderson doesn't wear any eye makeup. And I think I look better than she does. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. She's a blonde. She looks a bit like a fetus. It's not her fault. I give her all of the kudos for being able to go out like that and not care if people think that she looks like a fetus. That's fine. She's a beautiful fetus. So I'm not wearing it either anyway. And who knows what kind of chemicals are in all that makeup that you're putting by your eyes, right? I wish that people would get used to what people look like without makeup. I wear a little lipstick. You gotta have moxie, James. You gotta have moxie. You gotta just be yourself. This morning, Ginger's mother knew her. Oh, Ginger. So it sounds like she's going through Alzheimer's. Yep, mostly natural, looks the same when she wakes up and goes about her day. I love it. Spirit was laid off in March of 2020. Company went out of business. 2023, I got a call from the recruiter wanting me to return to work for a different company working on the study. Mask and shot required. And you don't work for them, do you? I said F off. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. But we all thought Pamela Anderson was so beautiful. She's not the most beautiful girl in the world, but you know what? She's got the guts to say it. She's shown everyone that she was an illusion. And now she wants to be loved for who she really is, and I think that's wonderful. Yeah, and she might not have looked like that if she hadn't had all the work done and then reversed. All that too. By the way, this girl, no plastic surgery. And I'm a plastic surgeon's daughter. I would never do that. Every one of these wrinkles was earned by me. This tooth came out because I grind my teeth. Wait, Daniel's here from Germany. Hallo Deutschland. Wir sprechen Deutsch immer noch. I try. I like to practice my German though. It's always fun. Yes. I'm a real natural woman. What are you looking for, Logan? You're looking for fake women with plastic boobs standing in front of a green screen? Go. Goodbye. I'm gonna look at the ocean. I mean, I think you're on the right page. If you want to see something beautiful, powerful, amazing. I'm almost as good looking as Jim. Yay. So I gotta say, mostly natural. I don't know about fake lashes, how that would help from the sun. I would be afraid that they would take out my real lashes. If you want your lashes to look better, put some castor oil on them. It will grow your lashes stronger. That's what I do. And aging from the sun, I don't know. I gotta wonder about what's in the chemicals of the spray tan. Like, what did they put? What are you putting on your skin? Your skin is the largest organ in your body. Um, I am gonna be 60 years old, and I'm a sun worshiper. So I don't think I'm aging unnecessarily. I mean, aging is part of life, and you look. No, spray tan was for the sun. Every day I take a sun bath so that my skin is so used to the sun, I don't ever burn. I could be in the sun all day long. I'll just get darker. I always have a good tan. And if I don't have a good tan, if I've been up north or something for a while and I start to lose my tan, which you do, because our skin cells are constantly replenishing. Always. You're like a river. You're never the same person, never. And when I have to get my tan back, I lay in the sun 15 minutes every day until it comes back. So it might be 15 minutes for a week, and then I extend it to half an hour, and then an hour, and sometimes I just lay in the sun for like an hour, just because it feels so dang good, and you get all of your vitamin D. Hi, Cynthia. She got sick. The worst have not been in 17. Crazy flu taking. Take that ivermectin. Yeah, I actually got really super sick last July, I think it was. June or July. And maybe it was August. I don't remember. I hadn't been that sick in a long time. Even when I had the Schmid back in 2020, I was not that sick. But apparently I had the Schmid again. So now I'm immune again. Yay, winning. I haven't been sick since then. Good morning, Catherine. Oh, Cindy. Yeah, you're taking the ivermectin. Yeah, you guys got to get on my members group. Just saying. I know that you won't get checked to see if you have the Schmid, but the only way that I know that I had it was because I was so sick, and then I went to my friend's house and they got sick. And they got tested, and they said it was the Schmid. So I'm guessing that's what I gave them. Anyway, now they're immune too. Winning. I don't understand this, blaming other people for getting you sick. It just is what it is. Yeah, Cindy, we talked about this too. You do need a detox. That is the thing. Ginger says, when my husband a few years ago, a lot of stress caused my hair to thin. Finasteride medication made my hair grow back. Eyelashes longer. Legs and arms too. You mean the hair on your legs and arms. It didn't make your hair, your arms and legs grow longer. That would be bad. Finasteride medication. I've never even heard of that. Yeah. Yes, we are a bunch of widows here too. It is what it is. We outlived our husbands. So that makes us strong already, just saying. But try castor oil to you can put it on your eyelids, you can put it on your eyebrows. I put it on my whole face. It does kind of make hair grow, but I don't have any hair growing on my face. Thank goodness. I know a lot of people who do, and I'm just lucky that I don't. But another thing I've been doing is I've been cutting a potato, and then I take the wet part of the potato and I rub it all over my face for vitamin C. See, a lot of things you can do. You don't have to spend any money. You don't have to buy expensive creams. A potato, please. Full of vitamin C, super good for your skin. just put it all over, and it's nice and cool, and it's soothing, and it takes away redness and puffiness. And I'll do little strips, and I'll put them like here under my eyes and walk around with these potato skins on my face for a little while. It's awesome. It works. I mean, I do still have but I haven't done it this week. Maybe I'll do it when I get home. Anyway, lots of things you can do. And it doesn't have to cost anything, and it doesn't have to come from a company. When parasites die off, they release lots of nasty stuff. DE helps remove. Also, charcoal helps. Do you mean DE like diatomaceous earth? That's also something good. Don't ever, I don't know, I think you're not supposed to eat charcoal, but it is good for washing with. Oh, methylene blue. Yes, I've been looking into the methylene blue. I don't know about that stuff. I haven't researched it enough, but if anybody on here knows about methylene blue, I'd be interested. But yeah, castor oil definitely promotes hair growth. People are asking how I keep my hair, how it grows so long, and it is very thick. And I'm not going to say it's just because of castor oil. I don't probably use it that much, but I was blessed with good hair. So, you know, there's always genetics, and I know this blessed with good hair thing because I was adopted as a baby, and the women in my family were not blessed with good hair. My mom, my aunt, my cousins, my grandma, their hair got so thin the older that they got. My other cousin's bald. He's a boy, but he's bald. Yeah, this family, just their hair falls out. So they would look at me and be like, "What's with the hair? You're so lucky. Are you glad you're adopted?" I'd say yes. Just yes. And then I met my biological mom, and she was like, "Yep, that's what I do best, is grow hair." So yeah, it's that. And it might be my diet too, which is a lot of fasting. And when I'm not fasting, I try to eat food that's very healthy. And I do try to do keto diet a lot. I do believe in it. And although I don't eschew carbs if they come in the form of, you know, greens, but I'm even a little bit concerned about the greens because there's been a lot of news lately about like the greens from Aldi's, the salads and stuff that's pre-washed, that it has, what is it? You know, that stuff that makes you sick. I don't know, the bad bugs, whatever. You have to be careful. Every dang thing. It's dangerous out there. That's why I fast a lot. Makes life easier. Thank you, Spirit, for the reminder. Welcome, everybody who's joining us now. Hit the like and subscribe. We've been at the beach since before sunrise. And I'm just having like a wonderful time talking to my people. So my husband used to call everybody. He'd say, "Go talk to your people." He was from Cuba. So if you haven't subscribed, please do that. If you haven't liked, please do that. If you really want to have fun, join my members group. Please do that. All right, you guys. I've been on for 83 minutes. And I want to film a little bit of this ocean because you can hear this is crazy. Yes, James, that's right. This is a healthy channel for spirit and mind. Always. Marco Island is awesome. Scoot. I'm going to have to go there soon. Definitely have to make a trip to Marco. The Beach Report goes to beaches all along South Florida, not just South Florida. And this summer, I want to do not the sun in my way. This summer, I want to do a book tour for my new book, Do You Think About Me on My Birthday? So if you live up north on the route towards Pittsburgh or on the coast, really anywhere, let me know if you want to put together a book signing situation or something like that, I gotta come see you, Ginger. Also blessed with thick hair. Yeah, it's a hair thing. Right now, we are on the east coast of Florida on Hutchinson Island. I'm not a California girl. I'm an East Coast girl. I love my Atlantic Ocean. I find the Pacific Ocean to be very cold. Kind of scary. That's it. Fort Pierce, Florida. All right, you guys. I'm going to say ciao for now. Please tell your friends about the beach report. Well, we will be on later, especially for the sunset tonight. I understand it's going to be amazing. Blood red sun. Hair today, gone tomorrow. Oops, James. Well, hair isn't everything. And I have bad hair days too. All right, you guys, thank you for your kind words, and always great to spend time with you, especially this wonderful, wonderful morning. Yes, I love different kinds of beaches. I love the beach. And if you love the beach, you will love the beach report. All right, you guys, ciao for now. Nice to meet you.